first place, and this is the end of Group C of the round robin stage. Aether is 3-0, 9-5 in game differential. Howard is 0-3. They have yet to win a series so far this regional, and they're only 3-9. So I don't think if Aether lose this, they would be out of first place. They're going to stay in winners regardless. But, you know, Howard could possibly play seeding, spoiler, but listen, at this point, Howard, I believe, are relegated regardless of how the series goes. But I mean,
they need a 3-0 win. To not be automatically relegated, they need a 3-0 win here. They have to sweep Aether, which is gonna be a tall task just based on the way the performances have been going. Joyo gonna try and bring this one out, and Calyx make a touch. Shot from Calyx, and Howard. They're gonna strike first here, Spaceman.
Well, it's an individual play from Joyo, who gets bumped by Calyx, says, I'll take it from here. And we've seen Giants today. We know that Tox was one of those strong third pillars on that original Giants roster that was competing for championships. He's bounced around a couple of rosters. Now he's on this Aether team. I think at least if recency bias can be a thing, in the last 2 months, it seems as if Tox has had more success than the new Giants roster.
I would have to go back and look at it, but it sounds right.
I mean, Giants have just fallen from grace like quickly. At least Tox is, you know, Aether is currently 3-0 in their group, so that's got to be a little bit better.
Joyo gonna try and maintain this one. He has a lot of touches so far where he ends up really far on the outside edge of the ball and is having to try and curve in and expend a lot of boost to get back to it. Rather than having kind of a clean touch where he can maintain his boost in the chase and stay on the ball. He gets back to it, but it's been kind of odd off touches. Yukio gonna try and get this done himself. Looking for the second touch. Has it. Polar there to make the save. Tox wins the 50. Now back across in front. Ixo there. All the speed coming out from Team Aether. They finish it off and tie the game.
Well, you saw it. Let's stat track it. Tox with the assist. Around 70 on the clock, and that was pretty easy. If you're Aether, just 1, 2, 3 passing together.
Ixo through the corner now. That one's going to be off the backboard. Just skied across. Looking to just kind of keep the ball down in that half. Eventually worked out. Calyx forward. Looking to get in the way. Cause a little disruption. Reacting well, though, is Aether as they're able to make sure to get back and get into rotation here. What are you doing, Tox? Why are you there? Just blocking it out for some reason. You know,
he's just hanging out.
Coming through. He's like, that's just not a clean enough shot. I'm going to take that one away. You don't need that ball.
Ixo from the corner. A lot of boost to move through midfield. Does so. Calyx, who sat at the goal line for what seems like 45 seconds now. And Ixo, who, again, having a veteran presence like Tox on that team will allow him, especially Yukio, will allow Ixo to feel more comfortable when he roams and tries to facilitate, especially playing up towards the backboard. Something that originally on the Weedham girls roster in Rival Series, Greasy Martian did quite well, but so far haven't seen a lot of Ixo since then. Looking for the pass, won't find it. Backboard, Yukio to Ixo. What a slow from Ixo!
This is where Ixo shines. This is the stuff that I love about this guy. He doesn't like to come off the offensive half. He doesn't like to come out of the offensive third. He loves just kind of living down there and waiting for a cherry pick or just waiting for that moment right there. Follows that one through, knows the defender's there, soft touches it right around him, drops it in. What a shot from Ixo. Joyo not going to be able to get a piece of that. Polar looking to put it in that upper 90, can't find it. Calyx shot high as well. Eventually, Joyo will come back through, and Howard clap back immediately.
Great response as well, and Polar just puts it on a dime to Calyx. 1, 2, 3. Joyo just fills the lane, jumps the gun. Easy tie game, 1:59 in game 1. And Aether again are 3-0 in their group. They sit at first place above Solari, above Dig, above White Demons. Also a very tough group since we talked about Group D, but this Group C round robin is nothing to sneeze at. Will they maintain that first place lead?
Polar from the corner. Gonna go ahead and just sky this one. A little bit of volleyball, letting the team get back, waiting for those corners to come up. You can see Joyo grab the mid boost. Calyx had grabbed that corner boost. Tox will steal that one out of the corner behind them as they push in. Essentially looking to get a little offense going, but Howard, really solid, finding each other in transition and just been there time and time again, getting a lot of possession time, a lot more than I was expecting to see out of them against this Aether roster.
They're not playing a lot of reactionary Rocket League. They're getting in front of the ball, and they're keeping their eyes in lockstep with what Aether's been doing, which is not something you normally see. Tox almost gets it. Follow-up shot from Yukio will be a little bit slow. Not a lot of velocity on the hit, as Polar just skies it to the side. Calyx going to rotate through the corner. Now, how do you get the ball out? That will be the question. Joyo will do so, and Ixo on a 1v1. Ixo wins the challenge, but buys time, and he might just carry this one all the way through. Yeah, he's going to do that all day. 37 seconds, and it's a lead for Aether.
Gets that mid boost. It gets off underneath the ball. Uses that front flip to just lift the ball enough that he can stay with it. Soft touches it off the underside of the car and just follows it through. That final touch, putting that little bit of sneaky speed on the ball. Catch the defense lacking. And Ixo once again picks the boost up and immediately challenges on the sidewall, being there time and time again on those quick challenges in the midfield. Pass to Tox on target. A little bit of a soft touch, though, and Calyx will have it.
And those are those free little plays as Tox almost gets a fake for a 4-2 lead. I mean, Ixo has 2 goals in this game, but those are those free little plays that if you're a young team like Howard, you got to contest that. You've done such a great job in this game of staying in front of the ball and keeping yourself involved on each play. But those small touches will kill you. Joyo going to keep it up. It's still possible. 0 seconds is any time. Joyo going to roll over. Polar almost gets a triple.
Oh, there it is!
For Calyx. He finds the goal tie game.
Joyo up, immediate follow from Polar, 92 touches here off the backboard, and Calyx with the finish opens it up 3-3, and we're going to OT here in game 1, Spaceman. Howard not out of this one yet.
What the hell is this game? Kickoff for Polar. 1v1. Try to bait his way in. Joyo going to try to scream in from the left side. Unsuccessful. Tox escapes down the field. Here comes the danger for Aether. When the rebound and recovery game currently is Howard had been putting shot after shot towards the net on the start of this OT. 19 seconds. 20 given away. Joyo again going to try to contest. Does so. And takes the ball out. So Ixo has to recover with Tox, but they are not winning the challenges.
Again, going the way of Howard. They've been winning all of these 50s in the midfield. Joyo going to have a bit of an odd touch. Does he have the secondary touch? He does. Pops it up. Polar going to sky it high. Down. Nobody there. Tox able to come off the back wall down and get the pinch.
And life has been shot back into this team. You got to be careful on those quick touches, though, as Ixo could have found the bottom right post. Yukio goes for the challenge. Possession to no one, but Tox recovers and keeps it up. Looking for Ixo. Almost pinches it towards the bottom left part of that goal line. Polar going to take it out. Calyx on the opposite end. He's going to be able to read this ball through the corner. Will do so. There's the pass. The shot denied.
Secondary touch.
And Tox will escape. Moving down the field. Pass to Ixo. Shot to Ixo. Goal to Ixo. 4-3 OT.
What a battle here. Minute 17 in. Good old 117. Shout out to John. Ixo with the shot, though, puts it on. Aether take down. Game number 1 in what I thought would have been a bit more dominant fashion. Howard, though, really fighting to stay alive. Takes it all the way to OT, and we will move on to game number 2. I think that may knock them out. I believe Howard did need a 3-0 sweep. We'll have to check that as it updates, but I do believe that is going to knock them out. The best they can do now is play upset against Aether here to try and possibly make them take the number 2 seed. I don't think they can actually knock them out of the... No, they cannot. They will be the number 1 or number 2 seed here and playing in uppers tomorrow.
Well, if you're fighting against Ixo currently, you're going to need the high charity to help you out, because it just has not been working. He has been lighting up the scoreboard. What was that? 4 goals? 3 goals? 4 goals in that game? Ixo is just on a different level today.
He's always in a weird position too, right? He's coming in and he's overstaying his welcome. He's that guy that just likes to sit down there and wait for an opportunity. It opens them up on the back end, but they tend to just try and outshoot their team, so it kind of works into the play style of Aether.
I mean, what a resurgence it was from Howard, but Ixo was just a little bit better. I mean, he was basically 1v3ing. We'll see how Howard can bounce back in this game too. And this is a big game too as well. You go down 2-0, series is most likely over. But anything is possible, man. This has been a weird and sluggish day of Rocket League. We could certainly see an upset.
Yeah, it's interesting to see what happens too. What's the mindset of Howard now? Are they aware that they're out? Do they know that they had to get the 3-0 sweep? And does the playstyle change now? Is there less emphasis on them carrying? Right now, it looks like they are still trying to play this one out. Doesn't look like they have any intent of stopping. They still want to try and get this series. Demo from Calix. Joyo now in the midfield. Is he? What car? Is he on a Grog? What are you driving, Joyo?
Is that a Jaeger? No.
I want to say it's the Grog. It's not something we're used to looking at, but he's using it.
Is that
almost
the
on?
Grog? Yeah, I think that
I believe so.
I think you're right. Yeah, that's the Grog. I mean, listen, I think we'd be doing a disservice to the players knowing that when you go into a series, you obviously know kind of what the win condition is. Hey, if we win 3-0, we have a good chance of X, Y, and Z. If they know, and I'm sure they do, that they're currently out after losing that first game, switch up the cars, have some fun. See what you can find that clicks. I mean, you never know. You absolutely never know what might happen, and as long as you just stay involved in the game, that's all we ask.
Well, this one so far, opening 2 minutes, 0-0. Joyo looking for Polar in the corner, who's just going to go ahead and hit it. Go ahead and hit it off the backboard. Won't turn into anything, and Tox now bump on Polar, who just hits up right there. He's like, I'll take the bump, whatever. Now I don't got to use the boost. Thanks for getting me there. Polar to Calix, shot high off the backboard.
And we've killed about 2 minutes a game here. And the interesting thing is that Aether have just not scored. I mean, it's been relentless pressure for Howard, almost finding goal one, as Yukio, Ixo, and Tox have been combining for a triple turtled defense on the goal line that has not found a solid counterattack on the opposite end.
Bowler gonna try and play through this corner. That boost left there, so he'll be without. Boost still hanging out in this corner. Eventually stolen by Ixo as Tox looks for the battle, and Joyo decides, you know what? I don't feel like bringing it Tox's direction. Runs it right into another, and it's stuck here. Time and time again, just challenging over and over again is Aether on every single touch, giving no space, no breathing room right now to Howard, but they haven't been able to generate any real shots on net yet. Neither team, actually only 4 total shots on net in this game in the opening 3 minutes. Make that 5 as Tox fires one right at the defender.
You could legitimately start a part of homework, go study for a test, go get some food, come back. You wouldn't have missed anything. It has just been back and forth for 4 minutes now. A minute 22 to go. Tox long clear off the backboard, but no one else is up. And right at midfield, Howard are doing just such a great job of getting in front of the ball and taking it right away from Aether. Backboard, double tap, not there. Joyo high will leave it to Tox, who keeps it on the ground. And again, a challenge goes the way of Calix. At this point, if I'm Howard and we don't, and by we, again, speaking from their perspective, if we don't score, that is a problem because they have been relentless when it comes to pressure.
And they're getting down there, but again, 7 shots now total in the game. Tox going to be the one to finally score one, so back and forth, and eventually it does fall the way of Aether here in the final minute. Just over 45 seconds left. Still a potential to possibly go to an OT again, but man, bit of a struggle fest here for both teams through this second game.
All that matters at the end of the day is you have a 1-0 lead. Almost might get that one through, but Ixo, who's been dangerously quiet, almost eerily quiet in game 2, falls off the play. A long clear from Polar. And it looks like a different Howard team in this game too, Supersonic. They just haven't been able to find a goal.
Yeah, they haven't looked bad, right? They've been there to go toe-to-toe. They've been there for challenges. Again, right there, Polar up early, battling Tox, not letting them have clean touches. Like I said, it's a bit of a struggle match, just kind of a grueling grudge match there. And they just haven't gotten the better of it. Eventually, it did go the way of, I think that was Tox that scored that one. It should fall dead here. Yukio going to take a trash time gold, make it 2-0 on the 0-second mark. Had the stats just a little bit. Aether now 2-0 in the series, looking to finish 4-0 in the group.
Cheeky little lad. Doggy bag goal. Who cares? It's a 2-0 lead. And if you're Aether, you're in basically the best situation possible. You are about to win at this pace on set to win 3-0. But for Howard, this might be one of the more impressive, whether they lose 3-0, 3-1, or if they, I think it would be safe to say that we're heavily favoring Aether going into this series. Howard are playing this relatively well. Like they are keeping pace and maintaining pressure for about 4 minutes and 30 seconds. It's just that last 30 that, other than Ixo, they haven't been able to figure out.
Yeah, Ixo's kind of in this weird spot. Aether's an odd team to play against just due to that rotation. Ixo makes it kind of odd. Yukio and Tox have done a good job of kind of complementing that and playing around it and finding a way to keep that rotation moving. But Ixo's always kind of off key, right? He's hanging out a little bit longer. He's downfield, so it forces it to where your rotation has to come back a little bit further, because a lot of times he'll just hang out behind the defense and wait for a big clear down and make those touches in. It's very different look than most teams the RLCS are giving you. And it's also, to me, it's extremely different from what we see in EU, where EU tends to be these really clean, solid, quick rotational plays. When you get going, you think to like BDS, who does it really better than anybody. They are kind of a one-off within this region.
Yeah. That's all that needs to be said. Let's get into game 3. What could be the final game of Howard's RLCS X season. And so far, I mean, look, there are ways to lose, and there are ways to lose with relative dignity and grace. I think the latter is currently what Howard's looking at. They have just been playing solid Rocket League. It just hasn't translated into the positive, I don't know, situations on the field, good goals, good games. They haven't been able to find that one extra step. But I mean, I'm telling you, this team is very impressive.
Touch from Yukio. He's going to bring one down up against Joyo. Bring it out. Big demo on the back end on Polar. I guess not a big demo, but a demo nonetheless. Calix, what a shot. Drop down from Joyo, and he just slots it home right underneath the defense with a ground ball.
Look at this carry from Joyo. I mean, all the way down. Ooh. And the pass that gets touched, connected with the demo for good measure. 1-0 lead. A lot of time on the clock. Is this their first lead of the series? I think it might be.
You know, I do not recall, so I'm not going to say one way or the other because I will most likely pick the wrong option. This one going to fall to Calix. Polar looking to make the touch now. Yukio there off the backboard. And Joyo with a follow-up jumping save from Tox to get in the way of that one.
Calix back down.
Oh no!
Joyo almost redirects it back. Oh god, this is going to be an interesting game 3.
Grog too strong, both ends. He sets them up. What he giveth, he also taketh away.
All be mighty Grog.
Calix gonna look to bring this one. What the car is Calix on now? Bringing all the odd cars out.
Polar!
Bang, bang! All the power here. Crossbar, but so much forward momentum. That one's down and in. Look at the hit here from Polar into that upper 90. 2-0. This is absolutely the first time that they've had a 2-0 lead in the series.
We're barely casting right now. We're just enjoying the show. This is so weird. The cards are different.
The hot shot, the Grog. I actually can't even tell you what the name of the car Polar's in. I don't know it off the top of my head.
It's so weird how a simple change in a car can just make the game so much more interesting.
Just seeing something that isn't an Octane, a Finnick, or a Dominus is just nice to see every now and then. Another blazing shot on target from Polar. Can they get there? No. Tox can't get the shot. Looking for that pinch in. Couldn't get it. Polar bumped off the ball. Can he recover? Does. Back to the side wall. Not a lot of boost to work with here. He's just going to go ahead and flip it up. Joyo using that Grog speed, trying to get up there and get a touch. That one in front of net. Ixo should have that all day. As we approach the halfway mark here in Game 3, Howard still leads 2-1. Again, they are out. Just having a bit of fun with it, seeing if they can play a little bit of upset here against Aether and make it interesting to see if they take the 1 or the 2 seed.
I think the only way Howard stay in possibly is if they reverse sweep, and then I think you would need Solari to basically 3-0 or 3-1, but I think 3-0 White Demons. I think that's the only way they could possibly stay in this tournament, is if they reverse sweep here and then Solari 3-0's Demons. I'll get someone to check that. We'll find out.
No, they're out. Howard's out. They had to 3-0. Howard is done. They are dead in the water. They are just here to play upset. I will check it for you.
I'm just trying to keep their dreams alive.
The dreams are dead, sir.
I like the cars. I like the
mean
change.
It's mean at this point to try and false hope it.
I like the change. I just want some positivity in this universe. Tox gonna escape down the field. He might take it all the way. He will. Tie game. And with a minute 36, it was fun for a while, but we have to remember that this is actually a series that Aether would like to sweep, and they might be able to do it.
Yeah, bringing it back. They are now tied 2-2. Minute 36. Minute 36. Plenty of time on the board here for them to work their way through this one. Ixo gonna win the 50 off the kickoff, and it will get blasted right into the hands of Yukio. Good touch there from Polar. Yukio may have had that one read down on the waterfall touch. Tox cuts back to mid. Ixo not able to react in time as Joyo gets there first. Calyx, hot shot from the sidewall, trying to go to the ceiling for it. Tox cuts it off. Yukio with a whiff. Had the shot. It was there. Can't get it done. Can Ixo create something out of nothing here? No. Calyx will win the battle on the back wall.
Well, that might have been the game there. Joyo going to escape downfield. Styling on the defense. Almost gets the ground spin right through. The power slide upside down. Don't know how even that works, but
hard to do that one. That kind of scoop flip up with that little short squat body of the Grog there makes it a little more difficult. You need something like a Dominus where you have that longer front end, a little bit easier to kind of scoop and sweep that one up, but would have been impressive to do that with the Grog. Calyx now up, double tap into the ceiling. Yukio shot. Polar able to dive across, makes the save on the post.
Pressure mounting.
Ixo
maybe
finds
not.
it.
Maybe not. Maybe not. It's not mounting. It's not mounting supersonic. It's really not. It's just Ixo.
It's not. It's not.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not mounting at all. Yeah.
No.
It's
Yeah,
just
it's not. It's not coming.
It's
Isn't
just
happening.
It's just kind of a little bit, Oof. Oh, it was fun while it lasted. 17 seconds to go. That is the weirdest car I've ever seen. And the Miracle's still alive. Can Polar move down the field? Will we have another late game heroic like we did in game 1? There's a shot. Oh, that might have been it from Calyx, but trying to kill time. Aether might come through with the sweep. Ball kept up to the corner, and Polar will have to watch that one sail on the opposite end of the field. Calyx for a miracle. It's taken away. Not going to happen. Ixo was the MVP of this series, and Aether, will get the 3-0 sweep.
Aether take it down. It ends up going the way that we thought it would.